All right, what's going on, folks? It's your boy Big Tommy Burns here with the High Impact Fasting Experience. And of course, you know who this beautiful smile over here is. This is my friend, Miss Lanetta Marshall. Just finished up 21 days. Well, not just, this was 21 days ago, 21 days ago now. It's finished up her 21 days water fast. And we did a interview during the water fast. She was very close, I think, on day number 15
Yep.
at that point. And so here we are a few weeks after the water fast is complete. And Lanetta, what's going on? Tell us how your world's been.
Hey y'all, hey y'all. My world's been very, very interesting. First of all, I am loving on me for completing it. I literally went
Yeah. Yes.
504 hours with no food.
Yeah.
504 hours. So I'm so excited that I didn't lie to myself, meaning I told myself I
Mm,
was going to do it. I kept my word and I did it. So I'm
mhm.
so excited that I did that. And I'll share with you also that because I've done this, my awareness of self has gone to a whole nother level. And
Mhm.
when I say awareness of self, once again, as being a transformational coach, I am mindful and I pay attention and I know it's my thoughts and feelings, but it's on a whole nother level. And when I've
Mhm.
noticed a difference, meaning that I'm operating here and I'm coming down, it's like, whoa, 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 what's going up? This is
Mhm.
not cool. This is not right. So I'm actually having fun. I'm having fun. I'm course correcting some errors I have made since I've been off of the fast. Of the fast.
And
But
see,
I'm having a good time.
that's even a journey within itself, right? Because a lot of people think that once you go through a fast, that's it, But there's coaching afterwards, right?
Yep.
And so Lanetta's been super good about making sure that she connects and still let me know what's going on in her journey, so that we can continue that coaching process and
Absolutely.
not ultimately getting her to where she want to go with her goals, whether it be physically, mentally, spiritually, right? She's letting me know what's going on. So earlier this week we had we had a little situation pop up. So how many
Yeah.
days is this past post fast right now?
So this is day 23 or 24,
So
something like that. Yeah.
23, so three over 3 weeks after
Over
the
3 weeks. Oh
fast,
yeah,
right?
over 3 weeks after
And
the
that
fast.
was her that not only was it a 21-day water fast, but it was her first water fast as well, right? And
Yeah.
so her body is recalibrated on another level. And so I was just sharing with her from what she was sharing with me earlier. I'll let her share that with you all. But when your body recalibrates itself, it's like, if you know how we used to drive the hoopties, it's driving a hoopty, and you can kind of drive that hoopty until you kind of feel you need to go take care of it, right? That check engine light been coming on for a while, and it comes on every single time, and you're supposed to get an oil change. You're like, yeah, I think I can go a little while longer. Well, when your body recalibrates, most of us treat ourselves like that hoopty
Yeah.
until we recalibrate ourselves with a fast, or a fast will recalibrate you, and now you're driving a high performance automobile. And if you let that check engine light stay on too long, you'll know it, because something's going to go wrong. It's just going to start shutting down. You
Yep.
know that you need to go take care of yourself. So, what was going on earlier this week? How was you feeling?
So earlier this week, Sunday and Monday, I had a headache. I don't get headaches. You guys, I do not get headaches. And because I am paying attention to myself, I'm like, why do I have a headache? Like, I literally, two things happened. I woke up with a
Mhm.
headache and I woke up sluggish, meaning energy low, energy low. And I'm like, what is going on? Now, mind you, this is the beginning of my fourth week of finishing the fast. So
Mhm.
this happened at day 22 of finishing the fast. So
Mhm.
I woke up with a headache, which is my body giving me a signal something's going on. And,
Mhm.
so I default back to Tommy, who's the expert in all of this. And in my text thread with him, like, hey, Tommy, I just want to let you know I woke up with a headache. Something's going on. I said, but I don't like how I feel. I am sluggish. I have not felt like this since prior to the fast. And I
Mm-hmm.
started on January 8th. I'm like, I don't like this feeling. Something's up. And so in the midst of our conversation, I also told him, and you know what? This is interesting about me. I am such a rule follower that I will follow every guide. You tell me what I need to do, I'm going to do it. But for whatever reason, my mind switched that once I was done with my 21 days, I stopped doing some stuff. Hence,
Mm-hmm.
take drinking enough water and
Mm-hmm.
tracking how much water I was drinking. And
Mm-hmm.
so Tommy being so on top of it and insightful, he was like, I think your body is dehydrated. And I'm like, what do you mean my body's dehydrated? I mean, I'm drinking water. I
He's
mean, I
like,
can't.
I just drank nothing but water for 21 days. How
What
am
do
I?
you mean? Exactly. How's my body dehydrated? And so he also asked me, are you taking a multivitamin? So I hadn't taken the multivitamin. And then I wasn't drinking enough water. And Tommy's goal for me was my last week to get to 128 ounces of water every day. I'm not gonna lie
Okay.
and said I did every day. I did it one day out of the last 7. But the first week I did 32 every day. The second week I did 64 every day. The last week I didn't get wasn't consistent. And I couldn't tell him how much I was drinking because I stopped tracking it. And I
Mm-hmm.
had to sit with it. And I realized, Lanetta, you might be drinking 24 to 32 ounces. What do you know? And he's like,
Mm-hmm.
no, no, no. Your number one priority is get to 64 ounces like now
Yep.
and have your multivitamin. And so I did that. I did that. And so I'm here to say 2 days consistently after doing that, I feel so much headache.
So
I woke up yesterday, no headache. I woke up not feeling as sluggish. And today I woke up feeling really good
there we go.
and no
There we
headache.
So when you go through your fasting process or extended water fast, especially in extended water fast, anything I consider extended is 5 to 7 days or more, right? Anything beyond that 5 to 7 day period is an extended water fast. So I mean, your body's going to deplete certain minerals inside of it, of course, right? And the water, of course, is going to be the thing that keeps everything flowing and going and flushing. And we want to stick with the rule of hydration. The rule of hydration is you want to drink half your body weight in ounces of water every single day. If you're not already doing that and you've been that person that's been just experiencing like headaches and feeling low on energy and things like that, then 9 times out of 10, you're probably dehydrated as well if you're not drinking half your body weight in ounces of water. And so the ultimate goal is for you to get up to a gallon, 128 ounces of water a day, but minimally half your body weight in ounces of water. And for Lanetta, that's at around that 64
Right.
mark, right? And then the multivitamin is just so that you fill up your nutrient categories that your body needs in order to run properly and efficiently. Right? It's like having taking your car to get the oil change or the engine flush change or the windshield wiper flush. Like it's keeping maintenance of your vehicle, right? If you're eating, if you started to eat and then you still not feeling, uh, energized and
Mhm.
replenished again, that's because some things haven't been replenished inside of those stores, right? It's like we're trying to drive around in our vehicle and we're saying, you know what, man, I pump my gasoline every day. Well, when's the last time you changed your oil? Oh man, that's been a while, right? Oh, so you've been driving with the check the oil light on, right? So now we need to go and replenish all of those vitamins and nutrients that were depleted and deficient now in our body. So that's where that multivitamin comes in.
I was deficient. Like Tommy said, on my dashboard, called my body, my signal light went on.
Uh-huh.
Headache and sluggish.
Mm-hmm.
Caught my attention. Yep.
Yeah. And that's good because your body is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. It's letting you know we're heading into a danger zone before it even gets there. Right. So
Absolutely.
that's exactly what it's supposed to be doing. So good stuff. And so let's go on to a piece of enlightenment, my friend. You know what has life been like on that end, on like on the mental, emotional, spiritual end of this thing after completing your fast?
Let me tell you. I'm a spiritually led person anyway. However, my connection with the higher power is on a whole nother level. I can't even actually describe it. It's on a whole nother level. And I can tell you that he is definitely keeping me busy. I'm insightful enough to know how higher power communicates with me.
Mhm,
I knew that prior to the fast. But what I'm experiencing is that I'm hearing it a whole lot more.
mhm.
And it was probably always that same level, but I
Yep.
wasn't able to hear it at that same level.
Yes.
So now I have a separate notebook called Brilliant Ideas. So when
Mm,
the things are coming to me, I'm writing them down. I'm writing them down. I'm writing them down. I'm writing them down.
mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
So that's been sharpened. It's gone to a whole nother level with the spiritual piece. Another thing that's happened.
Yeah, before you jump into this piece, let me just touch on something there what you said, because that was a whole nugget within itself. Like, I always talk about the three stages of fasting, right? The first stage is the physical detox, second stage is the mental and emotional detox, and then the third stage is that spiritual enlightenment and connection, right? And once you go on such a journey with yourself, we get used to living a clogged up life, not just
Mm.
clogged up physically, clogged up emotionally. There's stuff and baggage and trauma and all that type of stuff that's repressed in us that we kind of just, kind of locked it in the closet, put a chain on it, hope that it'll get better, but it's still there and it's weighing us down. But we haven't visited that closet in a long time. And you know what? Every time somebody get close, our caution lights go up, right?
Yeah.
And so it still has power control. So that's the mental and emotional side of it, right? But when you go on such a journey, in fasting, it's like I always say, it's like a personal retreat, even though you can be surrounded by people. Maybe you go to work every day, but you're still on your fast. It's like a personal retreat, and you have to either deal with it or you're going to go eat because those emotions are going to make you eat at that level. That's what they're supposed to do. It's trying to bring you so far out of your comfort zone that you either go and comfort it through what we normally do. And what happens is when we eat and we have emotional things going on, it changes the biochemistry of our body. So that it's like, you release those chemicals in the body that are pleasure seeking. It's like, you know what? Oh, it's okay. Okay, it's not that bad. The emotional stuff is not that bad. But when you have made the decision to fast and you say, you know what, I'm going to complete this fast no matter what, you're just sitting in it. And so you either have to do something about it, or very soon after, you're going to end up breaking your fast, right? And when people are courageous enough to handle it and do something about it, man, I give tremendous kudos to them because now they're unleashing themselves at a level that they have not experienced. They're unclogging their life at an emotional level. And then what happens is the spiritual level, the third stage rather, it's the same thing. You get unclogged and now your antennas are able to receive all of the messaging that's been coming in the whole time. It's been there. You said, this is what you said, it's probably been happening the whole time, but I wasn't able to receive it. And
Yep.
you're absolutely correct, because when we're clogged up, we're focused on the clogs, or not even the clogs, we're focused on the filth of the, think about a kitchen sink. Your drain is clogged up,
Mm.
right? All you're thinking about is those dishes that's been stacked in there and the dirt that's happening inside of that sink, right? You wanted to clean it out, but it's clogged up. You can't do nothing about it until you get some pipe cleaner. And that fast is your pipe cleaner. You go through those three stages, and now you're able to receive all that you're supposed to receive.
Yeah. It's no joke. It's that spiritual piece is on point. Like he definitely has me busy. So I'm creating a whole nother workshop. I'm launching in March with a whole nother coaching program. I'm launching in April. So more to come on that. He is definitely keeping me busy. And in regards to the mental emotional part, let me tell you, my tolerance level for certain things is gotten shorter. Mm-mm,
Mm-hmm.
mm-mm. Any excuse to do. I tell people that's cute. No, I'm telling you, I'm a very nice, loving person. Trust and believe.
Mm-hmm.
However, I'm a lot more protective of my time.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm not going to let you do is waste my time. So
Mm-hmm.
yes, I have closed some conversations I needed to have with people. I have conversations I should have had months ago, maybe a year or so ago. But I do not have time to waste my time because there's things that I get to do with all the time that I have gotten back in the same 24 hours that I've had every single day of my life for the last 58 plus years.
Yep.
I'm going to share some insight on that later, though. What I mean about that time that I get. How do you get back time in the same 24 hours that you have had for 58 plus years? I'm going to tell you how. It's amazing.
Please go into it.
You want
Please.
me to do?
Absolutely. She shared this with me right before this. Yeah, and I was like, oh yeah.
All right. So here we go.
She's
I'm a linear thinker. I love numbers. And so since I've been off this fast, like my mind and me tapping into my creative juices has just been insane. And I was working with a client last week. And in the midst of that, the client had mentioned something about time. Well, I only have 24 hours. I'm like, look, everybody has 24 hours. Successful people, unsuccessful people, rich people, poor people. You don't have to manage time. How you going to manage something that's already being managed by man? Call seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, years. So you can't manage something that's already set up to be managed. But what you get to do is you get to decide how you're going to spend the same 24 hours everybody has on the planet. So this is what I did. In that conversation, I was coaching my client. It hit me. I said, whoa, baby, hold on for a second. Wait. I'm on to something. I got this download. That's when he's talking to me. And so I'm going to read to you how I broke it down. So I, on average, in my 21 days, which is 504 hours, right? 504 hours. I, on average, gained back 59 hours in a 21-day period to do what I wanted to do with that time. Let me tell you how I got to that number. Okay. So my 59 hours is 3,555 additional minutes I got back in just 21 days. So rough estimate. So just think about this. For me, 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now I'm asking myself, do I really need breakfast, lunch, and dinner? But here we go. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So 3 meals a day. And let's say it takes me 30 minutes on average to eat 3 meals a day. That means I'm spending 90 minutes a day eating. 90 minutes a day for 21 days is 1,890 minutes. So just follow me. Let's say I go grocery shopping once a week for 3 weeks. Let's say on average, it's an hour to and from and in the store. So I'm being kind with my numbers. That's another set of 180 minutes. Okay. So I had 1890 plus 180 minutes. Then the time it takes to prepare the food, to cook it. So let's say it's an hour. I do it 3 times a week. I cook, let's say on average. So now that's 60 more minutes that I get back. 60 minutes times the 9 hours, cooking 3 hours a week for 3 weeks is 540 minutes. Then what about cleaning the kitchen? Whether you're washing dishes or putting in the dishwasher, you're still spending time. So let's say I'm spending 15 minutes 3 times a day for 21 days. That's 945 minutes. You take your 1,890 minutes plus your 180 minutes plus your 540 minutes plus 945 minutes. That's 3,555 minutes. Divide that to get your hours. That's 59 hours. That is 2.5 days of time that I got back in 21 days to consciously decide where I'm going to put that extra time. That was crazy. And if you like percentages, so 12% of my fasting time, I was able to allocate it towards something that had nothing to do with the world, called eating, called food. So I gave it back to the higher power, which enriched my relationship, which allowed me to be still longer to hear what I'm supposed to do, if that
Mm-hmm.
makes sense. That was
Mm-hmm.
crazy. That was
Mm-hmm.
crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's called enlightenment, my friends. That's called enlightenment on another level, right? So awareness and enlightenment, and that's what it's going to bring, right? When you decide, I know there's a lot of people out there that's watching this. You are still deciding you're interested in fasting, and it might not be 21 days, right? But you're interested in fasting, and you've been on the fence about it, and you're thinking about it, right? But just think about what Lanetta just shared. The time you're going to get back. Think about how from the time we wake up normally to the time we go to sleep, our lives are pretty much ran by emotions and food,
Yep.
right? Our lives are ran by when we wake up, we're thinking about what we're going to eat for breakfast or what we're going to fix the kids for breakfast or what we're going to get the family for breakfast, right? Whether you do it at home or whether you pick up something on the way to dropping people off to school or work or whatever it is, right? Once you get to work or once you get back home, you're thinking about, oh man, what's lunch going to be like? What am I going to do for lunch? What are we going to do for lunch? Right? If you're at work, you're thinking about what you're going to do for lunch and where you're going to go or go to the cafeteria. You don't get, and so that's what your life is ran by. And as soon as lunch is over, probably about 15 minutes, ain't even processed, food ain't even digested fully yet. You already think about, man, when I get off work, man, what am I going to do for dinner? Right? So that's normally how our routine goes, right? And then if it's not ran by food, it's ran by some other emotional stuff.
Yep.
It's ran by some other emotional stuff that that you've needed to handle or figure out or get help with, but it haven't done it. And that could be a matter of days, weeks, months, years, some of us decades, right? And
Wow.
we go through that wheel every single day. Food and emotion, food and emotion, food and emotion. So my question to you, my friends, is when are you going to do something to take back charge and control of your life? That's what this is about. It's not about
Yes.
it's not about losing weight. It's not
No.
about just challenging. It's not I shouldn't say only. It's not only about losing weight. It's not only about just seeing if I could challenge myself. This is about
Mm-hmm.
you gaining control, you taking charge of your life, of your time, of your decisions, of where you're going. And so, you know, my friend Lanetta, man, I appreciate you so much, for seeing this thing through.
Yeah.
You opened the year up for me very, very strong. I normally do a fast in the beginning of the year. I decided to do it in February. So when you said you were doing your fast and let me know you were already a couple of days into it, I was like, oh yeah, this is it's on now.
It
And of
is.
course, I have a few clients throughout the year, every single year that go through successful fasting and their life go to another level. But it's been a joy working with you and sharing your journey with everybody out there. You have any last remarks as we get ready to
Yeah,
close this
I
piece out?
do. I'm actually looking at my phone for one of the communications I had with Tommy. But I do want to share with you guys because once again, I did not do this to lose weight. I did not do this. I did it as a reminder to deepen my connection with the higher power and to put the higher power on notice to say I am intentionally for 21 days going to block the distraction of the world out for 21 days and give all that back to you, and you will feed my hunger. I
Mm,
don't need man in the world to do it. That's why I did it. But I do want to let people know, yes, did Lanetta lose some weight? I did lose some weight.
mm-hmm,
When I started the fast, I ended up getting down to 127 pounds. When
mm-hmm,
I started the fast, I was 144.8.
mm, mm-hmm,
I lost over 17 pounds
mm-hmm,
on this fast in 21 days. And the one number that I really love is my body fat percent. Woo, babe, there's no shame in my game. I'm just telling you. My body fat percent, I was at 35%. And I got at the beginning. And then when I was done with the fast, I was at 28.
Mm.
Now I'm going to tell y'all, don't be naive and think that the work is done
Mm-hmm.
when you come off the fast, because based on Tommy's tutelage, I've been tracking myself every 7 days,
Mm-hmm.
tracking my numbers, taking pictures, and trust and believe the poundage has gone up, the body fat percent has gone up, not
Mm-hmm.
to the level where it was, but it's another thing to be said when you're not only tracking numbers, but you're visually can see the difference in your body. It's like, whoa, it's amazing what water can do. And it's amazing what the quality of food that you put in your body can do.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. So I am on a lot higher alert, and I'm a lot more mindful of what I choose to put into this vessel. Because I'll
Mm-hmm.
leave you with this. What I'm not going to do is disrespect the sacrifice that I made for those 21 days. That I won't do. I'm not going to disrespect that sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Mm-hmm. And so you're still just getting started. This is the first fast, and
Yeah.
congratulations on that. And been super proud of you. Very
Thank
excited for
you.
everything that is going to come out of the rest of this year and the rest of your life because of it.
Thank you.
And folks, if you are out there and you're wondering how you can start this journey, we actually have a challenge coming up very, very soon. We're going to be launching on March the 6th, our very first 9-day fasting challenge. And my man Chris Law, my brother, who you'll get a chance to see him on the channel pretty soon as well. But he's 20 years in the game of nutrition and performance. I'm 15 plus years in the game of fasting. And so we've partnered together to bring a holistic approach to this thing where we're not just talking about, losing weight. In fact, we're not talking about losing weight at all. We're talking about being stronger in every aspect of life. If you know me, I love food, but I also love being big Tommy Burns and as strong as I can be. And so I've been a strength athlete for years. And you've never known me, if you've been following the channel and seeing my lifts, you've never known me not to be strong. And this is in the midst of me doing 21-day fast and 30-day fast and 14-day fast. And, so the question is, how do you be that strong and still maintain this lifestyle of fasting and wanting that desire to be in control? This is what we're going to be showing you in the 9-day fasting challenge. And so we're going to be launching registration next week on Monday. But be on the lookout for the announcements. They're going to be coming up. And so that's going to be on March the 6th. So you're going to have 3 days of pre-fasting nutrition that's going to lead you into the fast so that you don't have as hard of a time converting over energy stores or energy sources into your fast. You're going to have 3 days of fasting support with me, where you'll meet with myself and Chris every day of those 3 days for a Zoom call meeting, answering any questions, and also just getting the guidance that you need to take it to another level and stay focused during that fast. And then you're going to get 3 days of post-fast nutrition and support after that, so that once you break your fast, you could continue to sustain the results that you're looking for after your fast. So I'm super excited about that because I've coached people one-on-one for all these years, and it's normally been upwards to $2,500 that I've charged for coaching with me in fasting. This is only going to be $297 for that entire experience to have the support. Uh,
Wow.
Absolutely, that's you here. So it's 2,500 or 297, right? I'll take either. But listen, get in and join. Get off the fence. Get in the game because we're going to another level when we're doing it together. So super excited about that. Lanetta Marshall, thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you. You guys jump on this. Jumped on this. I mean, there's another thing to do something, but it's even better when you have an expert who
Mm-hmm.
is willing to hold your hand, because this experience would not have turned out the way it's turned out for me if I did not have Tommy by my side
Mm.
starting day 4 of my 21 days. And every single day from day 4 on, he was by my side. I'm telling you, he's the guy. Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Do it. Just do it. Do it.
Yeah, buddy. Well, all right, my friends, that is it for today. We thank you. Lanetta, thank you for your time today. And we're definitely going to have you back on the channel because I know that you're considering and thinking about doing a challenge as well. You
I
know, whether it's
am.
going to come up this time or sometime in the future. But yeah, I know that you're also going to be sharing this experience with your people and your clients. So we got to have you back on to share that part of it, of the journey as well. So,
Absolutely.
all right,
Absolutely.
folks, that's it. We'll talk to y'all later. Peace.
Bye.